Welcome to the Honeydome Grand Prix. This track is infamous. There's a split in the first sector with 2 turns in the first sector before we're entering the B-Dance second sector, and then the Hive, a quick chicane, a Hive, and then the complicated turns to end the third sector. Let's take a look at our competitors. First time, I think, ever, we have the... Actually, no, the Thunderbolts has done this, but for the second time, I think, we have the home team on the front row, in the top position as well. We have Bumble, followed by Yellow Eye, Speedy, and Starry, rounding out the top 4 in the first 2 rows. Then we got Royal, then Clemenson. Then we got Momo and Thunder. I don't know why I wrote that really badly. Anyways, I almost couldn't read that. Wispy and Prim, followed by Snowy and Hazy, then Minty Drizzle and Iceberg, Razzie and Clutter, Yellow and Mallard, Crush and Pinky Panther. That is there, and in 5, 4, 3, 2, 1, we are rolling. Bumble has the early lead, but Marbles are bunching up, entering the first turn. Yellow Eye takes the lead as a result and keeps it. Orange and Starry there, as well as Bumble drops all the way back and is losing out. Yellow Eye hops lanes and now lets Starry take P1. Here comes Prim. Prim battling up Yellow Eye, but Yellow Eye gets boosted into Starry. That slows down both of them and that lets Marbles catch up. Like Clutter, I think. Is that 2 more or Clutter? It doesn't really matter as Pinky Panther shoots up to the lead from P20 up to P1. Pinky Panther takes P1. It is Clutter for the Balls of Chaos in second place, followed by Starry and Snowy. As Marbles are entering the Hive for the first time, Clementon gets a great Hive and shoots up to third, but loses out on the exit. Clementon almost took the lead back, but Bumble takes it back as a result before losing out. As we're entering lap number 2, Pinky Panther, massive start for the Pinkies. On this complicated 12-lap race, Pinky Panther has taken P1. Clutter there as well. Here comes Bumble, slow and hits the split head on. That lets many Marbles get by, and Yellow catches up, and Bumble loses out multiple spots, entering the B-Dance. Here comes Yellow. Snowy on the outside, but can't do it. Here comes Starry, gets up into second. Yellow Eye gets up there as well, gets up to third. Yellow trying to battle up. Yellow gets up to second there, and is now challenging Pinky Panther, entering the third sector. Pinky Panther struggles to the Hive. That lets Yellow gets a huge gap through that sector as Pinky Panther loses the lead as we're entering lap number 3. Yellow Eye also there. Clementon there as well. Snowy drops a couple of spots as we're entering lap number 3. This 12-lap race is already complicated. Marbles are going backwards here. What happened? What's happened here? Looks like there is a track defect and Marbles are going uphill instead of downhill on this portion. Is that going to contribute to a yellow flag? Let's see if more Marbles get caught up here and see what happens. Anyways, Yellow continues to battle the lead as we're entering lap number 4. Marbles are battling the uphill, and it looks like it's slowing the Marbles down significantly. Speedy's now up there as Pinky Panther does get up to Yellow as we're entering the 4th lap. Is there going to be issues on that turn specifically? Doesn't look like it yet. Starry does take the lead as we're entering the 4th lap. Clementon, Yellow and Clementon. Prim is dealing with the uphill and slowing that Marble down significantly. We have never seen a mistake like this happen during a race before. Nice excuse for Snowy, who's now up to 4th place, but has to deal with Yellow Eye from behind, and Yellow Eye gets by. As we're entering lap number 5, this track is a little bit of chaos as we're entering the 5th lap. Nice run from Snowy. Snowy has to deal with Pinky Panther. Top 2 are right there. Starry versus Yellow. Yellow doesn't get much speed through the Hive as we're about to enter the 5th lap. Nice run from Starry, but has to hold off Yellow from behind. Entering the 5th lap of 12. That lead is building. Let's take a look at Prim, though. Through the uphill portion, look how much speed Prim loses. We will have to fix that after this race. Yellow, around the outside, trying to go around Starry, and does. Yellow takes P1. Here comes Snowy. Snowy and Yellow Y. As we're entering lap number 6, Mellow Yellow. Runner loses out on multiple spots. Here comes Yellow Y to the outside, takes P1. Yellow Y to the lead. Starry was absolutely not paying attention. That drops them down to 3rd. Yellow Y has a huge lead now. That Hive is making Yellow Y go even faster as we're entering lap number 6 of 12. We're almost halfway there, but Yellow gets a great exit off the Hive. Yellow Y defends perfectly and is able to defend their spot as we're entering lap number 6. Snowy and Starry. Starry drops down to 4th. Royal trying to climb up the order in 5th. Pinky Panther loses multiple spots. Yellow Y entering the 6th lap. Holding off Yellow. Yellow is the biggest challenge that Yellow Y has to deal with. As we're rounding the uphill portion of the track defect. Yellow Y is able to handle it cleanly, so is Snowy and Starry and Royal, who gets up to 4th place and is now trying to catch up to the leaders. Starry gets up to 2nd. Here comes Royal into the mix. Boosts up Yellow, and that lets Yellow get by Starry exiting the Hive, but only briefly. Yellow gets it back. Yellow gets it back, though, as we're entering lap number 7. That gap between Yellow and Starry has dropped a lot. Snowy drops to 5th as Pinky Panther makes a climb again. As we're entering lap number 7, we're officially halfway done with this race. Yellow trying to keep up, but Yellow Y slow exiting the split. Yellow gets by. Yellow loses out, though, on the first 2 turns of the bee dance section, or the waggle, as some people say. Yellow Y trying to catch up to Starry. Starry slow. Yellow Y gives them a boost. Yellow Y almost loses out, and that lets Yellow get by. Starry gets by again. Yellow gets by again, and Starry's back. Starry takes P1. Here comes Yellow Y into the mix. Yellow tries to come back. Here comes Royal entering lap number 8. This lead battle has been incredible, and Yellow gets by. Yellow Y gets by all of them. Here comes Starry as well. Starry hounding out in Yellow. Here comes Snowy. Snowy has caught up to the leaders. As we're entering lap number 8, this race is incredible. Prim and Wispy still struggling on the uphill portion of the track defect. I know I'm mentioning it a lot, but this track defect is huge in the race. Especially Crush, who's in dead last right now. Yellow Y hanging on to the lead. Snowy, Starry, and Yellow. Snowy takes P1 for the first time. Snowy has taken P1. Here comes Starry as well, as we're entering lap number 9. Snowy has taken P1 and passes Crush. Yellow Y does the same thing. Yellow and Starry, who has been the top 2 for like the first couple laps, are now down to the bottom of the top 4. As we're entering lap number 9, Snowy's lead is roughly 2 seconds and half a conveyor belt. Yellow is roughly half a conveyor belt behind all of them, as Starry is 1 full conveyor belt behind Yellow. Snowy handles the first sector a little bit poorly, and that lets Yellow Y through the split, takes P1. Here comes Yellow again as well, as we're on lap number 9 of 12. Yellow goes to the outside, does not handle Snowy at all. Snowy holds on. What will Yellow do? Yellow trying to catch up to Snowy. Snowy to the inside. Yellow to the outside. Snowy able to hold off the block. As we're entering lap number 10, Yellow almost got stuck there, but thank God Yellow was able to not go backwards on the track defect. That could have been huge. Snowy hanging on to 2nd, but Yellow gets by. Starry gets by, almost gets by both of them, and does, exiting the Hive briefly. Snowy gets by back and tries to go for Yellow. Yellow Eye's lead is massive as we're entering the 10th lap. 3 laps to go. Yellow's Eye's lead is roughly, at this point, is a conveyor belt and the entire starting grid section. That's a massive lead. Snowy battling with Yellow. Contact there twice. That lets Snowy briefly catch up before Yellow just shoves him to the outside lane. As we're entering lap number 11, here comes Dash, Crush, trying to unlap themselves. But Starry does not like that sound. Yellow trying to hold off Snowy as we're entering the track defect. Starry slow through that section, lets Hazy get by. Hazy trying to catch up as we're entering lap number 11. Starry does not like it, but has to deal with it somehow or some way. Yellow Eye entering lap 11 with a massive lead. Yellow trying to do anything they can to catch up or at least challenge Yellow Eye. But Yellow Eye's lead is now roughly 2 starting grids and a conveyor belt ahead. That is a massive lead. We're on lap 11, 2 laps to go on this 12 lap race, not 13. Yellow trying to hold on. Snowy still very far behind Yellow, who struggles around that turn. Snowy also struggles a little bit, but better than a star. Yes, no. Yellow Eye entering the third sector for the penultimate time. Yellow also there as well. Trying to handle the track defect. Starry slows to a crawl. Is Starry able to make it up the hill? Yes, they are. Pinky Panther, though, does take advantage and gets by briefly. Yellow trying to stay up. Here comes Hazy, who jumps up to third. Hazy is making a climb. Hazy is making a climb. I repeat, final lap for Yellow Eye. That lead has dropped a little bit. It's down to 1 starting grid and a conveyor belt lead. But Hazy is trying to catch up to Yellow. Snowy there as well. Snowy gets by Hazy, but and tries to get by Yellow. Hazy is being very patient. Is that a smart decision, or is it going to cost them the podium? Yellow trying to catch up to Yellow Eye, and that lead has completely evaporated. Yellow Eye's lead is completely evaporated, and Yellow can see Yellow Eye up front. Yellow Eye enters the hive. Yellow needs a great hive to catch up and does not get it. Hazy back up to third and passes up Snowy. Yellow Eye rounds the penultimate turn and enters the final turn. Down to the final straightaway, and Yellow Eye, after messing up at Midnight Bay, Yellow Eye wins at Honeydome, followed by Yellow and Hazy. Snowy in fourth, and Starry will round out in the top 5. Crush still has to complete 1 lap, or Clementon in 6th. Pinky Panther holds on in 7th. Mallard and Royal 8th and 9th, followed by Speedy and Bumble, who dropped down to 11th. The Raspberry Racers, Razzie, followed by Momo and Iceberg. Horrible run from Clutter, who had a great start. And then we have the Minty Drizzle. Then we have the Thunderbolts, Shock. Then we got Prim. Prim was up there, but then dropped all the way back because of the track defect. Then finally we got Wispy in 19th, and then finally we still have to wait for Crush. The Raspberry Racers and Marble was Razzie, so I did not completely embarrass myself, so that's good. And finally, here comes Crush to round the final straightaway. Crush enters dead last. That will be it for the race. What an incredibly close comeback for Yellow, who almost caught back up to Yellow Eye. But that will be it for Honeydome. Next race is Aquamarine. We'll see you then.